Hello.
Here we
Oh,
Oh, Jan, your video's still
hello.
working.
It's still not working. That's so weird. Oh, well.
Irene, I recognize your background. Is that SF Zoo?
No, it's Disneyland.
Oh, it is
sure.
Disneyland.
I see the castle.
You see the castle now?
Yes,
I see the
now I
castle.
do.
Fun.
Yeah, it's fun. Last time I went was like 30 years ago.
Well, mine's like that too. Hi, Jill.
Hi, Jill.
Jill. Maureen, did I hear you had knee surgery?
Tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow. I knew it was
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Well,
I'll see you in a couple of weeks after that.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, you take care.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do.
Oh.
There have been more knee surgeries this year
Mm,
and at the end of last year.
really?
Yeah. You know, we're just getting old.
That is true.
Yeah.
Hi, Susie.
Hi, Susie.
Wearing out. You can't see me because my video doesn't want to work. I don't know why. It's been doing that
Maureen,
lately.
how are you feeling? Hey, Maureen,
Yes,
how are you feeling?
I'm fine, 100%. Tomorrow, I have my surgery tomorrow.
Oh, I thought it was today. Oh, okay.
No, tomorrow morning. I wouldn't be this worky.
I don't think she'd be in the class.
I think I'd be sound asleep somewhere.
Yeah.
Hi, Akiyo.
Hello.
Kill.
Oh, here's
Sorry
that.
about
And
last.
Judy, how are you?
Hi,
Judy.
Judy.
Yeah, sorry about last week, Akiyo.
I know we missed you.
I had an opportunity to go plant shopping. I don't have a car. And then I didn't realize that person had other errands to run afterwards.
Oh, so you,
I didn't have any control over it, but I appreciate you addressing leg cramps.
Oh,
yeah. We can go over that. Hi, Catherine, you got
Catherine.
you got the stick. Oh, Irene too.
Irene's got one too.
I just received this yesterday from Amazon.
Cool.
Perfect timing.
Yeah.
Catherine, have you used it?
No, I don't know how. It just came like this, no instruction.
Oh, very good. Let me grab where's mine?
I'm gonna get some water.
Yeah, so we're still waiting for others to join. In the meantime, I'm looking for my stick. You hate it, you like it.
I got a roller at Sports Basement. You can give a lot of different discounts if you're a senior or whatever. So
very nice.
I'm glad to, shop locally and all that stuff. And I've been rolling. So thank you.
Oh, good. Thank you. Thank you. So it's been working. Do you like it?
I do like it. And I've been rolling Gary, also my husband.
Oh, very nice.
And he initially poo-pooed, of course.
But
I got him, and it felt good for him.
Very good.
I think I mentioned some weeks ago I broke my kneecap, and I'm supposed to really stretch out my thigh muscles. So I've been doing that, and that really has helped, Akiyo. So thank you.
Oh, very good, very good.
Yeah,
we're starting a new trend. I know, like, two others. I think Irene and Catherine bought the stick. So Diana, did you also get the traveling one, the red handle one?
Yeah, I got the one. For me, I thought since I'm not going to be traveling that much, probably, I wanted something longer. So
Okay.
is the traveling one shorter?
It is shorter. Did you get the one with the blue
Yeah.
handle?
I got the longer one because I wanted to do my back and
Mhm. Yeah.
have a little bit more flexibility.
Yeah, that's a great thing about getting it longer so you don't have to like
Yeah.
pull
And-
your stretch arms too much. But yeah.
Your point about some of them are noisy, and so I tested it.
Oh, very good.
So thank you again. It was great.
And you thought the stick was the best kind?
Yes, and I was an informed shopper. Thank you.
Very good, very good. So, those who have bought any kind of massage tools or sticks, anything, make sure when you are like kneading your muscles, make sure you don't push too hard. Because sometimes it's really feel really good to really push really hard, but you kind of you don't want to shock your muscles, right? You want to, when you first dig in, you want to land and you want to sink in gently.
Got it.
So you could go deep, but make sure when you're going deep, you want to just gently sink in. Oh, welcome back,
Got it.
Melvin.
I did. I got in. Oh, thank you. Oh my goodness. Sorry. Missed these classes. I'm so behind.
Hi, Sid. Right. So today,
Sylvia.
I wanted to talk about the sciatica because you hear that all the time, and I just want to explain what sciatica is because it's like there's a pseudo sciatica and true sciatica, and many causes of that, like the shooting pain or numbness traveling down your legs. So, unless you have any question from last week. We talked about that Charlie horse's calf cramps, and maybe try some hydration. Think about the electrolytes imbalance, the heat, like the cold could also cause the cramping at night. So we talked about always wear the socks that covers your ankles area. Do little ankle circles. Any feedback on that? Have you guys tried anything?
Akio, could you show us again how we rub our knee right under the shin,
Oh,
shin bone? Can you show that again?
Yes, we talked about the go-to point for anything, right? It's just it's the knee. Let me show you the person. I'm gonna borrow her leg. Just borrowing her leg.
Oh, you can detach.
Yes.
Detachable.
Very
Cool.
clever.
So funny.
You don't have to carry the whole thing.
Diana, you have a question?
I do. It had to do with let's see, a foot cramp that I had last night that I used my stick with.
Uh-huh.
So I just wanted to tell you that as you're bringing that up as a topic.
Okay.
Trying to drink more water and all that, but I hadn't had a foot cramp,
Mhm.
and we talked about it last time. So
Right.
ready.
Sorry, because I mentioned it, your foot goes like, oh, I can cramp too.
I guess so.
You're not paying attention to me.
Thank you.
So the water, we talk about water and hydrations, but also be aware of the water is mostly pure H2O. And we're not pure H2O, right? Because there's the electrolytes, there's the sodium and potassium and this and that and stuff. So, using, instead of using the regular table salt, we talked about using the sea salt that has more other stuff, or mineral water instead of like pure distilled water, or that could be and also taking in the liquid, not just in the pure water form, but you could have warm soup that is also contains a lot of other stuff because you're putting stuff in it. And so, and what were we talking about? The water. Okay.
Oh, water.
I lost the train of thought. Okay.
Making sure that we don't have foot cramps or leg cramps.
Yes, the foot cramps. So the cramps are when a lot of time it happens lower part of your body, right? Your foot, your ankles, and it's most of the time it's your feet, your ankles, your legs tend to get cold even though when you're hot. Have you noticed?
Wow.
So you could and also the things stagnant, right? The body fluid gets stagnant, and because we're sitting and that's the lowest part of the leg, lowest part of the body. So the muscles has to work to get the things back up for the oxygenation and for the gas exchange and the nutrients exchange, right? So the walking, calf stretch, squats, any kind of movement, or simply the ankle circles. For the foot, you could do a little wiggling of your toes, like wiggling stuff like that. A lot of you have visuals. A lot of cases, movement can solve a lot of issues. So that's the thing with the Jill is familiar with this chi. The chi is not the mythical, mysterious, mythical thing. It's just the life force, and that's the energy, and that's just the movement. So we're made to move. The heart is pumping blood to circulate. So if there's any stagnation or there's something is stuck, that causes a lot of issues, namely pain. Is that enough thing for the cramps? Moving on to the point.
Yes.
So this is the left foot. So this is the midline. This is toward the midline. This is outside of the foot. Yeah. So this is the pinky toe side. Okay. So we talked about the shin muscle, right? Shin muscle is outer part of your lower leg, right? So which goes in between this big muscle, tibia, and this little guy is the outside, is the tibia. So it's nice to roll or massage this muscle because it tend to get really tight. And that could also be this is the opposing, remember the opposing muscle theory? This is the opposing muscle to the calf muscle. So the calf is tight, sometimes stimulating the other side of the muscle can help too. So we talked about the points, right? Is that what we're talking about? The points that we...
Yes.
So it's kind of like a go-to point, and it's one of the most common acupuncture, acupressure, anything points, which is, so you see the, if you touch your shin bone, if you go up, when you get close to your knee, can you feel when it starts to fan out?
Yep.
Right? So right before it gets to fan out, it's about right there. If you start kind of pushing on it, you can feel it. When you push on it, it's like the feel good point. Find it.
Yeah.
Yep, yeah. So that's like good for everything point. Good for your um, abdominal stuff, the energy when you're tired, for anything, anything and everything. And in this is called foot 3 miles point. And it is said that when you're old times, when you're soldiers walking for a long time, and if you massage or when you acupuncture, when you put the needle on that point, they can walk 3 more miles. That's where that name came from. That's what it says. So
Um,
on this,
Akiyo, is that on the outside though?
yes,
of
it's
the-
outside.
Right, not the
So-
inside.
Yeah. So, and you could also, you feel the kneecap, the end of the kneecap, if you put your fingers, so if you put 4 fingers and at the end of your pinky side, that's also a good way to measure it. It's around there. And it's not right against the shin bone, but it's like about your finger breadth away from the like that ridge of the shin bone.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Is that a good point?
Akiyo, I'm not sure if other people have the same experience that I'm having, but you know that muscle behind your shin,
Mm-hmm.
is that called your hamstring? You know that muscle that kind of would bulge when you, like, let's say you tiptoe? Is
Yes.
that your hamstring?
When you go tiptoe behind you, so it's on your calf, right there.
Is your calf above your ankle?
Yeah.
Okay, it's that muscle that would bulge. Like if you would like tiptoe, that's the only way I can like, kind of explain it. But that muscle would bulge.
That's your calf muscle.
Okay,
That's your
I'm still experiencing this cramp over there.
Yeah, that's
you-
the Charlie horses that you get.
Okay, you mentioned about sea salt. What should we be doing it with that sea salt?
Oh, like when you put salt in your food, rather than using just regular NaCl, the table salt, use sea salt because it has
Okay.
more electrolytes.
So the kosher salt wouldn't have the same nutrients or
What
minerals.
salt?
Kosher salt would.
I think so, right? Yeah. Anybody? Right?
Yeah, so
It has the same minerals.
That's kosher
It
salt.
still has to be sea salt.
Okay.
Okay, you know what? You mentioned sea salt. You know what? I have a whole bunch of sea salt, and I think I should use it.
Yeah. Don't you have your Hawaiian kind?
I have, and I've been giving away from gifts, and it's like, you're not supposed to be allowed. You're not supposed to give that as gifts. So I've been told. I don't know.
Oh, I don't know.
Okay, because I don't know. It was brought to my attention that it's sort of like an insult if you're giving somebody salt. I don't know.
Is it
I
salt?
thought it's a good thing. In Hawaii, it's a good thing. We give
Right,
other people
right.
salt. It's a good thing.
It's a gift. It's a life.
Yeah, go figure, right? So, okay, I'm going to
So you
use my
can
sea salt.
Follow your Hawaiian way.
There we go. Darn it.
And you can say, well, this is in Hawaii.
I thought I'd share with some, friends, family.
Right.
Oh, well, okay.
So
Thank you.
let's talk about the calf too, then, since we are going to talk about different things. I am going to share the screen to we can look at our anatomy. Okay, I am connecting. Good. Okay. Can you see our muscles?
yeah,
Can you see my cursor?
Yes.
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 Cool. All right. So, and you could see where we are. So, Melvin, you're
Okay.
talking about this muscles, yeah?
Correct. It seems like it's the one.
Calf muscle.
Perfect. That's the pain. That's what's happening right there.
Yeah. So, Then the opposing muscle. I think we haven't. Do we have everything on this? Yeah. Nervous system, muscular system. Okay. So these are the shin muscles, yeah?
Okay.
So, and the points that we were talking about.
Alert from performance reduced.
Oh, okay. My computer's talking to me. Okay, I got it. Oh, but I can't. Oh. I was in this, and I am going to close you.
Dan, you're back.
Well, sort of. I'm still fiddling.
And you're back?
Yeah.
Where are you?
I did not know she left.
Her camera wasn't working.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it still
That
isn't.
can happen.
Oh. You
Okay.
came back in still picture.
I can hear her.
Okay, so the points, right? So here's the shin bone, and this fans out right here, right? And
Yes.
go to your kneecap. So that's your kneecap. So it's around there. Is that kind of close to the point that you're rubbing?
I would think more towards the inside. Do you have
Like
an inside and
inside.
outside muscle?
So
it's
it's on the it's on this main big muscle.
correct.
right
Yes.
It's in this area.
It's
Not
all in-
right at the edge right there, but you want to put your finger on it, so it's about like right there. Yeah.
yes, it's just a troubling pain. It's just so intense that, oh my goodness.
Yeah. So when you tend to get the nighttime cramps, try the
Yes.
ankle circles before you go to sleep.
Ankle circles will
Ankle
do.
circles, just to
Can
warm
do.
up your ankles. Do the circles
Got
with
it.
your ankles. You
Okay.
can try a foot bath before you go to sleep. Or
A foot? You said a foot bath? Soaking it. Okay,
Yeah.
soaking my foot.
in
Okay.
warm water.
There it is. There
You
it
can
is.
put Epsom
Okay.
salt.
Well, okay. Hawaiian salt would work too?
I think so.
Okay. Got it.
And do a little massage around that area on your foot. And massage the shin muscle area, like what we're
Okay.
saying, like right here.
Okay.
That work. You could also massage your your foot. So just move this joint and all these joints. See how they're all connected, right? So the bottom
Yes. Got it.
the foot is connected to the heel, and heel's connected to your calf, right?
Okay.
It's all connected.
Fantastic. This is great graphics. Is anybody out there that experienced this leg cramps, or is it just me?
Well, it's a lot of us.
I'm not
Okay.
kidding.
Body horse.
Mine gets so bad, I think the next day there should I look for a bruise. I mean, it really is so intense.
Yeah. Yeah, I get them too, Melvin.
Okay.
Sometimes I've got
I'm
to
not
just
alone.
get
Okay.
out of bed. I
'cause
can't
it's just-
get rid of them. And so
Yes.
I get a lot of cramp on my big toe,
Mm-hmm.
where my toes just stand up,
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
and I have to use a heating pad to like put on top of it
Right? Yeah.
to
Does it work when you heat it?
yeah,
Okay. Good.
and
Good.
it's hurt really bad
Mm-hmm.
when your toes just stand up.
I
instead of
know. Then
flat.
you can't do
Wow.
anything about it.
Yeah.
So the worst thing to do when anything is cramping is to try to stretch that muscle. So the muscle is cramping and tighten for reasons. So don't force it to pull out, because when it's really, the cramps are really powerful contraction, right? So when that's
Yeah.
happening, you cannot work that
Yeah.
much.
Helps. Heat helps.
And it usually happens during my sleep
Yeah.
at night.
Mm-hmm. So
And-
maybe because when you're sleeping, your body doesn't move, so stagnation does it. And also sometimes we stick our feet out and it gets cold.
Oh,
So yeah. So try warm it up before you go to sleep, or try to move it before you go to sleep. And during the day, make sure make sure your feet don't get cold during the day.
So Akiyo, so when she has that, at the moment she has that, she is experiencing that toe cramping up and things, what should she do? Should she apply heat?
Yeah, I mean, Irene, when
Okay.
you apply heat, it helps, right?
yes, I use one of those microwavable
Bed body.
heating pad,
Yeah, those are great.
and I put it on top of try to put it on top of the toe because it's standing, sticking up.
Mm-hmm.
So I massage it a little bit. I mean, it hurts so bad I have to hop to the microwave.
Right.
Wow. Wow.
Okay,
It's
so the
really
big toe, can you see how? So the big toe is right here. So what stands this up is this tendon right here. Can you see it? Yeah.
oh
Right, and where does it connect to? All the way up to your shin.
oh
So sometimes
okay.
you might feel the tightness here, but it's caused by what's happening up here. So if you're not feeling a lot of cramping up here, it might also help to kind of gently warm it by rubbing it, or use your the heat pad on your shin area too, because that's
Oh, good.
it's the belly of that muscle. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yes,
Yes.
good idea. I need to try that.
Yeah, try it, because this part is just the tendon, but up here is kind of like a meaty part of the let's do the bone. So extensor. So extend your big toe. And when I hide others, so that's like a long to fade others. Fade others. See how long it is? Goes up like to the mid
Yeah.
yeah. So if you try to get this meaty part of your muscle to warm it, and that's the most circulation is. So if you warm that main part, it can distribute the heat and circulation to other parts of the muscle and tendon. So you might try that.
Great.
Those are
Good to
great
know.
stuff, you guys.
Yes.
Okay, so now we are going to the sciatica. So let's discuss. So what's sciatica? Like, what do you know about the sciatica?
Radiating pain.
It hurts.
It hurts. Yes, and this sciatica is the nerve pain, right? So it's the sciatic nerve, which is. So so here's your butt. And this yellow thing is your nerve. And I'm going to peel the muscles. Am I grossing you guys
Who
out?
said that?
I love this.
Yeah.
This really gives you an idea what's moving when
It's
you
amazing.
move.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? So I'm going to peel the muscles. So one goes down. You already see it. So that's the sciatic nerve right here. Wow.
Mm.
So And I'm going to go all the way down. Okay. See how this is kind of crazy that goes behind this thing? You see?
Mm-hmm.
So this runs kind of over. Hey, sorry. There's the delay in this. Okay, it's almost good. Okay, there. All right. So this kind of runs across, go through this pelvic cavity.
Yeah.
And you know how I'm going to add all the layers, and you could see how many layers of muscles that is. So there's first layer kind of goes under it. You see it? Don't want this. Okay. So that's a sciatic nerve right there. And I want this there. Okay. So something goes under and more stuff. And there's another one goes over it.
Oops.
And that's the end of it. So this, have you heard of piriformis?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So that's piriformis right there, and goes right almost kind of across the sciatic nerve. And a lot of sciatic pain comes from the tightness or the and I just read about this, that is also not having enough tone in that muscle because it kind of sags, and it kind of bothers anything that touches the nerve that interferes with the nerve. So either the tightness can, because it bulges, or if you missing the tone, so if it like kind of drapes over it, that also bothers. Yeah, so it's not always the tightness. So they were saying it's a great idea to just know that, just not always massage or the stretching the muscle can solve the issues. So, that's the muscle and nerve connection part. But also, if you go, I'm going to peel all the way down. So now it's the nerve and the bone. And if you go all the way up, so where does it go, right?
Oh, right to the back. Yeah.
Yeah, it goes up to these two. So this guy and this guy. So that's connected to the sciatic nerve. That like merges into sciatic nerve. So that's the main part of the sciatic nerve starts. Yeah?
Yeah.
So, and if you, let's fade others so you could kind of see. So it comes out. See this? It goes to the I think it's L4. This is goes to the L4 nerve root, which is, so that's L5. Sorry. My vision haven't caught up with my voice yet. Okay. Let's give them another second. Good. All right. So that's L5, yeah?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So there's 5 lumbar vertebrae. So the very bottom is L5, and that's L4. And the nerve root is named after the vertebrae on top. So this is L4 nerve root. So if anything happens between L4, L5, if you lose the cushion in between and it's collapsing or herniated disc, on this area, of course, it pinches that nerve. And that could be the cause of sciatica too. So you don't know if you have a shooting pain, you have a sciatica pain. Is it caused by the tightness or looseness or tightness of the muscle of something else or tightness of the muscle on your back too, right? Because that can pinch nerve. The disc can pinch nerve. The arthritis or osteoporosis can pinch nerve too. Diana, you have a question?
Yes, I do. And a comment as well. I think we need to learn in grade school and high school and get reminded every year that we bend not at our mid back L4, L5, but we bend at our hips.
Yes.
Because if people bent at their hips, we wouldn't have this.
Yes.
Or
exactly.
Irritation.
Yes. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes. And that's why this spine exercise, when we do the squats and I say you have to stick your butt out first.
Your butt out. Exactly.
Yeah, butt out. That is the most important thing you do in your life. When in doubt, stick your butt out when you bend, when you're doing anything.
Most laminectomies are done at L4, L5.
Right. Thank you. So is this visual cool to see?
Wonderful.
Absolutely, yes.
Right.
Okay.
That's like I've ever
Peripheral system.
Okay, very good. I am gonna stop share. Hello. Okay, so that's like the possibility of sciatica. So you don't know. So when you have a sciatic pain, yeah, you should try some stretch and stuff, but it's important to make sure that's not coming from your spine. If it's the muscular issues, it's easier to fix, but you want to make sure that there's nothing wrong going on with your spine area.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So let's do a little stretching. Let's review stretching from last time. We did the calf stretch, but also I want to add strengthening the hip area muscles. So that kind of gets you moving. So let's take a 5-minute break and come back, and we're going to do some standing exercise. So you need a stable chair or something you can hold on, and we'll do a standing stuff. My San Francisco flag fell off. Get some water. Check your text message. Say sorry, I'll call you back in half an hour. So be back at 4:46.
Well, Maureen, now you know exactly what's going on with your knee.
It's trying to get up there and walk. That's my problem.
Yeah, it's pretty complicated in there.
No, it is.
Jeez.
Maureen, where are you going to have your knee surgery?
Kaiser.
I am. Is it overnight or do you go home tomorrow?
No, you go home unless it's medical problems, but you go home.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've got a friend that's going to take me, and I have my own bedroom, my own bathroom. She's got the wine chilled. Not that I'd
Oh,
be drinking
good.
it, but
That's, you gotta have that. Well, Nay would be a good person to talk to. She just had both of hers done.
Right.
yeah, right. She emailed me. I see. I'll have to call, email her back. So
I'm sure she'll give you some hints as to how to make it better. Akiyo, real quick, question. Did you record last week?
No.
Okay, all right. Bianca wanted to know. We're recording today, so we will have that up going forward.
And
I'll
we'll
put that up.
review the calf stretch and the hip stuff we did. I think we did the hip stuff last time too.
Okay, that'd be great.
Maureen,
yes,
when are you having your surgery?
tomorrow morning.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So I'm going to miss your birthday.
Aw,
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday! That's tomorrow?
No, it's another week or two.
Okay.
So how long do you recoup?
Well, it depends how long my friend will have me.
Ah,
If I'm a naughty patient, she might kick me out. No, I think about a week at her house, then I'll get back to my own,
okay.
hopefully.
Okay. Well, we'll be thinking of you.
Yes.
Akiyo,
Yes.
look what I bought,
Let me see. Oh,
but I don't really know what to do with it.
I think
It
you
goes
lie on it.
in,
So
Oh,
it goes in, and then it goes out.
that pushes on the both side of your spine.
on your occiput, you think? Right?
Yeah, you could do occiput, or you could also do anything along your spine, right? It goes like anywhere.
Oh,
Huh.
So you can lie on it. You can put it. So make sure the gap. So the middle of the spine goes into the gap between the two walls. And
Okay. Okay.
Now,
Thank you.
do more than 15 minutes though, do you think, Akiyo, or not?
What's that?
You don't want to do it for more than, you don't
Yeah,
wanna
yeah.
lie on it all night. You want to do it like,
Don't fall asleep on it.
yeah, don't go to sleep on it.
Oh, okay.
Make sure you maybe like a minute a
Okay,
section.
yeah.
Oh, all right. That's
So,
good to know.
It's intense. It's really intense. It gets, and you could relax into it, but don't stay there.
Don't stay there.
Don't get
Good
too
tips.
relaxed.
Like, up here is a good spot to do it between your shoulder blades.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
you can't get there.
These areas. You could just put it there and you lie on your back.
Oh, okay.
And it's more gentle if you do it on the soft surface, like on your bed. Or if you do it on the hard surface, the pressure will be much deeper. So I would try on the soft surface first,
Okay.
but just don't fall asleep. Because sometimes like you feel like I've done it, and like I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
Doesn't kill you.
don't do that.
Okay. Cute, isn't it?
Yeah, it's cute.
It is cute.
You can make one with a pencil and 2 spent tennis balls. That's another way of doing it.
Ah,
Yours is prettier, Susie.
Yes.
yeah. Long lasting.
So the tennis balls and the socks can do it too, or you can just tape it up, or
Yeah.
So as long as you have the space for your spine. So you don't want to pressure right on top of your spine.
And you're not really moving when you're lying on it, right?
And you just gently line on it. That's why I kind of don't like to recommend lying on the ball, because you can't adjust how much to push, because it's like it's your body weight against gravity. You know? So that's why I like to recommend trying it on the soft surface, because it does, so it has a little more.
You could also lean up against a wall, like with the tennis ball, like for your sciatica. That's what I used to do.
So you can like put it against the wall, and you can kind of go up and down too to get it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I like that.
well, that's a good lower back rub.
Mm-hmm. You can do that on the lower back, and also the sacrum area will be also a good place to do it. But make sure it doesn't
get in your spine.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you for sharing, though, Susie. That's
and
pretty
the
cool.
sacrum, so it's, you know, you can go right here too.
Oh,
yeah. So
Yeah.
it's the extension of, you know, the spine into your sacrum area.
There it is. Yeah.
But this gets really congested too, so that's also another feel-good part of your body to kind of put pressure on, but make sure you don't put too much pressure. Okay, is it time?
Yep.
It is. Okay. So, well, let's do the ankle circles first, because we talked about ankle circles. Okay, and I'm gonna put my socks on because I need to keep my ankles warm. So I like to wear the what do you call this? The one that at least goes to the you know,
Above the ankle.
that covers the ankle.
Okay.
Can you see? Okay. So the ankle circles, of course, you don't have to lift your legs up. I'm just doing it for this purpose, but you know, you could just rest your foot against something or ottoman, or you are on the floor. Okay. So let's just lift one leg up. It doesn't have to be high. It's just off the floor, so you have the area to move around for the full range. Okay. So think about big circle. Think about you're moving around your ankle joint, right? Let's do 10. Okay. Big circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switch up circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and down. Good?
Yeah.
You feel your feet kind of warming up?
Yeah.
Very good. Okay, let's stand up.
Oh.
I'm sorry, I'm making you stand up.
Yeah.
Okay, so watch out for your knees. Make sure you're comfortable. you're just gonna do the you're gonna do the calf toe raises, which you are strengthening your calf, right? So calf, whenever the muscle is contracting, which is shortening, which is when you're like this is shortening. When you are if there's the bulging of the muscle, that's when you're training or strengthening the muscle. Yeah. So when you go up, you feel this tightening, right? So you are engaging the calf, you're strengthening the calf. Okay. Let's do, so feet are about your hip width apart. Let's start with pointing your toes forward, and you're going to go up and down slowly. Go up, down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, try wiggle your toes on the floor, and make sure your toes are relaxed, and just rest your toes on the floor and just kind of bring your awareness down to your toes, and make sure all your toe pads, these are fingers, toe pads are touching the floor. Can you feel that? Is it like your toes pushing down more, thinking touching more, and toes are lifting up, or just notice what are your feet or toes are doing?
Akiyo, why not rock back on our heels as well? Do you do that or not?
So you might want to play around. So you might want to kind of try shifting your weight forward and back to just kind of make a little adjustment. And when you're standing straight up, you want to feel the center of gravity is, your weight is not on your toes, right? Not on your heels, but you want to be on the mid foot, which is like right here, right? So you want your weight to be right in the middle of your foot, like the mid foot, not gripping with your toes or leaning back on your heels. So you want to keep your knees soft and kind of wiggle your toes to feel all your toes touching the floor. Is it working?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. And try this again. Try the calf raise again. So stand up straight, feel all your toes touching, then go up slowly. Go up and down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. How do you stretch that calf? This is the famous calf stretch. So back leg is straight, back foot completely flat on the floor. Push, bend your front knee, hips are down and forward, and keep your chest up. So if you're stretching, or if your posture is right, you should feel a really good stretch on your calf, as well as the front part of your thigh, which is right here. Is it working?
Yes.
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 All right. Slowly switch. Step back. So make sure your heel is down. Remember, you need to anchor both sides of the muscle to feel the effective stretch, right? That's why it connects, the calf muscle connects the heel to your knee. So you want your heel to be down, anchoring, and your knee straight. Okay. Good. We're all good with the stretching your calves. Yes, yes. Okay. So let's, we talked about the piriformis muscle. Remember the piriformis muscle that went, that lies on top of the sciatic nerve. And I'm bringing my person, which is, so this is the back, and piriformis muscle runs between, can you see this well? So this is the, yeah. So the sacrum, so the side of the sacrum to the greater trochanter, which is the head of the big thigh muscle, yeah? So it connects these 2 points. So, okay, so think, what's that do? Can you guess what's that do when it contracts?
Well, pulls it up or what?
Yeah, it closes, so it externally rotates your hip. Does that make sense?
So you go, show on your body, show on your body.
Hold on, let me show you here. So it connects these 2. So when this tightens, it does this external rotation on my body. So piriformis connects here to there. Where's my greater trochanter? So when this goes toward each other, can you see? That's what it does.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Thank you. That, yeah.
Yeah.
Easy to see with a body instead of just bones.
So tightening the piriformis when you do the external rotation, right? So it's when your legs are externally rotated, you feel the tightness back here.
Yeah.
What's the opposite of external rotation is the internal rotation. So when you turn your leg in or your thigh in, you feel the stretch. So that's the opposing muscle of the piriformis. Or just, there are so many layers of the muscles. They both do the internal rotation and external rotation. But I just wanted to mention and bring awareness of what those guys do. Okay, so let's just try that. So relax, lift your leg up. You can also, if it's hard to stand on one leg, you could. I'm going to try this seated so you could maybe see this better. But, so if you do, you could also do it this way. So can you see how it's kind of soccer player kicking the ball in front?
Right.
So if you're kicking the ball in the front, that's the internal rotation, right? If you're kicking the ball on outside of your, there, that's external rotation. You feel that?
Mm-hmm.
So you could do in, that's in, and that's external rotation. external rotation, internal rotation. Or you could just simply do internal, external, right? So now, also, when you do the leg, well, sorry, the leg, I'm talking about the leg and I'm not showing the leg. Okay, so you could play with the angles of the kicking back exercise. So now my heel is straight. So feel the difference between here, turn your toes in and kick, turn your toes out and kick. You will feel the different parts on your hip area.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you are just doing the kick back, it's a good thing to do anyway because it stretches the front part of your body, which gets so tightened by sitting down and living our modern life. So when you're standing up and doing some exercise, if you feel like, okay, I've sat all day and I need to stretch or I need to do a moving. So the first thing you could do when you stand up is to do a little bit of a kick in back. So when you're doing this, make sure you're not doing this, not using your upper body to compensate for it. So you want to use this area rather than using this. That makes sense?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
don't move your upper body, but use the glutes and your hip area, the muscles of the hip area to move your legs. So you could try straight back, 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 back. Now turn your toes in, back, back, back. So your leg's not gonna go up that high. But now toes out, 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 out. And you could just relax with your out, loosening up. How's that?
Hey, thank you.
Good, very good.
Good, and you can feel the difference.
Right. So you want to explore because we're like, hips are not one dimensional. It's made to move dynamically. So it opens, it closes, it rotates in and out. But the range of movements are not equal, right? Have you noticed like internal rotation's a little bit less than the external rotation? Good. All right. What are we gonna do? The piriformis. So the glute stretch. Yeah, I could do that. So we did this last series, and some of you probably still remember, but the easiest way to stretch your glutes. So the glute muscle is very large, powerful muscle, and it doesn't get stretched by being still. So I just want to show you. If you feel like you need to stretch your glute area, so when you're seated, okay, first, if you could do this, so level 1, if you're seated, you could you can get up high, do this, or use my little file box. So if you have something, you could just, all you need to do is being able to rest the outside of your foot like this. So that, and if you could add this or not, this, just having, bend your knee, let it go, pull out. That stretches your glute. So seated stretch, good. This is a little more involved because it requires a little more flexibility. And make sure you don't put pressure. You don't do it on your knee, but do it on your thigh, right? Or you could, when you're lying down, or when you're lying flat, let me see my, or, okay, so you could, let's say you're lying, you could do bend, let it fall, and that does the stretch. Level 2, well, level 2 is actually your foot at your ankle and let it fall. Level 2, at your knee, let it fall. Okay. Level 3, you could cross your ankle on the top of your knee and let it fall. And I'm like sitting up, but you can do this like completely lying on your back flat. Right? So this stretches.
Yep.
And next level, I'm gonna lie on my back. You can see me, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, wait. So you could do from there, you can lift your knee up.
Ah.
And
That's
so I
nice.
can't feel any stretch. You could lift this, reach in between,
Cool.
reach in between here, clasp your fingers and pull. Or you could just also think about pulling your ankle to your chest, push your knee away from you. But anything to lift this up while push your knee away. That's how you stretch your glute.
Awesome. Great.
Yes, yes. Okay. Did any of the variation work for you, or do you guys need any other like alternatives?
Oh, that was plenty.
Okay,
No.
good. There was level 1 to 25.
And then I do those in bed. There's,
Yeah.
it's relatively easy. Just remember to do them. Get into a routine.
When you're warm in bed, that makes it easier. A little less uncomfortable. Yeah. Great. Thank you.
All right. Any questions? Any other stretch that you? Buddy, we have 5 minutes.
Okay, I got one.
Next week, any questions that you want to discuss, or any muscles you want to talk about next week?
Yeah, what is the one that goes in the front through the hip bone? Yeah, what that, I forget the name of it, but that's another one.
Hip flexor, psoas,
Yes.
iliopsoas. Those are two, like, yeah, you hear that a lot. So yeah, that's great. So we're gonna talk about psoas, iliopsoas, and
Oh, good. Thank you.
that is a crazy muscle that connects inside of your spine. Right? So it starts like in the lower part of the spine, but it's not on the back. It attaches inside. So you kind of have to go there to kind of palpate. But it starts right here, comes down to this ilium, which is the muscle, and merges to this muscle right here, and goes over in front and attaches to inner thigh right there.
Yeah.
And it's big, powerful muscle. And of course, when you sit, gets shortened, because that is the hip flexor group. The flexing the hip this is hip flexion. This is hip extension. So flexion, hip flexor, flexes the hip. So to stretch the hip flexor, you need to extend your hip. So this, any way to get to this, you are stretching the psoas or the hip flexor group. So when you do the calf stretch, and partially you feel the stretch on the in front part of your thigh, and maybe lower part of the abdominal, you're already stretching your hip flexor a little bit. We can talk more about it, and I can just show you all these the muscle stuff.
Yeah, I like that.
Any other muscles? So next week we're going to talk about hip flexor group and anything else you think of, or any. Go ahead, Amy.
The question, I'm going to be on a long flight next Thursday. Are there any particular exercises I can do?
Yes,
Usually my back
ankle
starts to hurt.
circles.
Ankle circles.
Ankle circles. When you're up and walking around, do the calf stretch.
Okay.
And yeah, when you do the calf stretch, make sure you go a good length so you feel this too, because you're stuck here. So anything with getting this, or how long is your flight?
It's probably going to be it's 2 flights, and I'm going to Florida. So it's 5.5 and then another 2.
Okay, so make sure you're hydrated the day before.
Yeah.
So you're going in hydrated. So maybe have mineral water instead of distilled pure water. So you you have more, or even like coconut water, like anything other than pure water. So
oh, really?
Electrolytes.
What about lemon in the water?
Get just the taste.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not going to do anything
like
for you.
vitamin C, which really helps with your immune system. So that's gonna help. But
They have mineral water at the airport. They've got coconut water.
Yeah.
Okay.
Akiyo, let me throw this out at you here.
Yeah.
You know that that Charlie horse or calf pain that I have? Would that calf stretch help me if I was to get that? If I'm experiencing it
during the day before you go to sleep, try it.
Okay. How about at the time of the?
Do not. That was the worst thing to do when you're contracting. So when the muscle is super contracted, do not force the stretch.
Okay. All right. It did occur to me. Okay, thank you.
Kind of go, I'm sorry, I know you're going through hard.
It's so painful, I tell you. Oh my goodness.
It is sometimes, yeah.
Yeah.
I think smart water is good too. Smart water.
Yeah, smart water has the electrolytes in it.
It's in it.
Yeah.
Okay. No,
Back to the airplane. How about touching your toes as an exercise?
There's no room.
Yeah. Like as a stretch, if you can get to, if you can get to this, yeah, that's great. But not rounding your back, but make sure that if you're touching, so this probably be better. Also, that would stretch your hamstrings. So this probably be better. for touching. So you could touch your toes this way, but maybe one leg at a time.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That might be a good thing to do too, if you have space.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Okay, thanks, Akiya.
You're very welcome. Good luck,
See you,
Maureen.
people.
Okay, see
Thank
next
you.
time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, thank you.
Bye.
Have a good
Bye.
trip.
Bye, thank you.
Take care.
Bye, guys.
Thank you, Akiyo. Bye.
Bye,
Susie.
Janet.
Hi, Patty. Oh, she's gone.